Yo, what's up, guys? BeatsbyHcien, in case this is your first time, and yeah, based on popular demand, in today's video, I'm basically going to be showing you guys how to play bass in your beats. I think by the end of this video, you should be able to know 5 to 6 bass pattern that you can use to start making your beat today. And remember, what I'm showing you here is how I go about things, and you should also try to be creative with it. This is just a starting point that you can use to start making your beat, and I hope at the end of this video bass patterns shouldn't really necessarily be a problem, and maybe I'll make a part 2 of this video. And if you also would like that, please comment below so that I know to make a part 2 of this. So without wasting much time, let's get straight into the video. So yeah, the first pattern I'm going to be showing you guys is the normal legato pattern, which I always normally use in my intro and in my bridge bass, and in my bridge rather. As you can see it here, bridge is basically just like the pre-chorus to the chorus, and yeah, it sounds just like this if you hear it together with the whole beat. Let me take up the highlights. So it sounds just like this together with the beat. So yeah, what I'm basically doing in this first pattern, as you can see, I'm basically playing the root note of the chord. Meaning if you want to build this chord, the chord progression that you've played, I'm just basically playing the root note of each section, and I'm just making it long, going to the next one long. And what I'm playing here is just the octave of this one, you know, and I'm just basically using this as a passing note to the next chord, you know, so that it's not just going to be boring. And that's the same thing I also did here. As you can see around this side, I just basically took it octave or higher, and yeah. And yeah, I was just basically ascending, meaning I just basically is the root chord progression, and I just played it 1, 2, 3, just to lead it back to the main, verse. So you understand. This pattern is basically used for when you're trying to like go in from the intro, you're trying to enter a verse, or maybe after the verse, you're trying to break the beat down to go to the chorus. That is when I basically use this pattern, and it is like easy as it's explained. The reason why I've played everything so that we don't waste time, and I just go straight to the point. So this is like the first pattern you want to know when you are making bass, basically playing the root note of the chord progression. And if you like, you cannot put this last note as well, but it's always nice to just put this last note like few 2 beats or something before the next chord, or before the chord progression is starting again, just to create excitement. And this is just basically the octave of this note here. So that's just basically the first chord pattern that I want you guys to hear. So let's play that without the chords and just the drums, so you hear what it sounds like. You can see what this sounds like I said, this basically, I use it basically for the intro or after the verse. And if you like this bass that you're hearing, and also this drum loop, is on my BeatsbyHcien attire premium. And if you want to purchase that, you can click the link below. Most of the sound I used to make my beats, if you've been watching my video, is on the BeatsbyHcien attire premium and my other pack. So with that being said, let's move over to the next one. Now this next chord progression, I call it the short passing chord bass, meaning we're playing the same thing we did here, but this time around we are making it shorter. Like as you can see here, like pretty much explain itself. It's the same thing we played in the previous one, but now we made it shorter. Now I basically played this pattern when I'm trying to play it in a verse. Do you understand me? So the essence of this is to create room for the artist, you know, to sing, so that the bass is not clustering together with the artist, and also the song is just starting. You understand? So you want everybody to feel what's happening. So let's take a listen first. And play it together with the instrument. So like you can see, this is like the same thing. Okay, let me legato this so you understand. So you see, basically what we just did was to just shorten it. You understand? What we just did was to just basically, instead of making it long, we just short it. And this is basically used for verses, to create space. In the verse, you just want to make the bass come in. You understand? And I'm just basically following the chord progression. Let me see. Boom, bam, bam. So let me play the chord here. You see? I'm not basically playing so that you can understand what I'm doing. So this one is just basically following the chord progression. So when you're making your bass for these first two patterns I've showed you, you tend to realize that we are just basically playing the chord progression that was being played with the same groove that the chord progression plays. We're just basically following along. Please, I hope you're understanding me. And like I said, this second one, we are making it half, so that we can create more room for the artist to, like, vibe. Do you get? So that's the essence, and that's how we come about this particular one that you are seeing right now. So yeah, let's move on to the next one, which is what I call the groovy bass. Now, before going into this groovy bass, the two notes that I mostly play most of the time, it changes over time though, is the root and the fifth. Now, what is the root and the fifth? Let's say, for instance, the chord progression is this. I want you to follow along. So let's say the chord progression is this right now. Is this, right? So the third one that you play, for people that don't know how to play keyboard, let me just use third, but it's known as the fifth. So that is the one. This and this is what I'm using basically for playing my bass most of the time. Do you understand? For further explanation, let me play this chord progression one more time so that you get to understand me. Let's try to play that so you get to understand better. So now, I'm trying to explain this. So as you can see, this is the chord progression that we've played. Let's take out the bass notes, so that you can understand the notes I say I basically use. So this is the chord progression we've played. So when you take out this, you take out this, you take out this. These two notes basically is what I use to, like, play bass most of the time. So I'm just basically playing these. So this thing that you are seeing here like this is the same notes, just a higher octave. So that is what I did around this side. That is what I did around this side. Let me play it together with just the drum so you understand. So I like that. So we can just do. So you see, I'm still using the fifth note, right? So that's just basically what I'm doing here. So this is not like the chord. This is just like the root chord, the root of the chord, and the fifth of the chord, the one and the fifth of the chord. So that's just basically what I'm doing. And this bass is known as the groovy bass. So it's just basically what you used to. Boom, boom. So as you can see, like I said, I'm just basically doing boom, 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 boom. So I'm just like being creative with the same thing. And if you take off all of this, now let's say you take off all of this, you see, realize that I'm following the chord progression. So you can see that I'm following the chord progression. So in between, before the next chord or the next root note is going to come in, I just basically passed in the fifth and the octave of this note. So what can you observe in this stuff I'm showing you? Most time your bass is basically octave up, octave down, like playing same root note. Just take it one octave up. You'll be able to get that groove that you're looking for. Most of the time, that's what is being done. You understand? And using the fifth as well, very important. So the fifth is also what I always used to jump to the higher octave instead of just making it like this. You can even move this backward and it will be. So you see, we are still using same note, but we took it 1 octave up. But because we needed that groove, that was why we added this. So like I said, basically octave up, octave down, and for this groovy bass, I'm basically using the 1 and the 5th of the chord. I'm just trying to be creative with it. So I want you guys, when you watch this, you're going to be creative with it as well. Please, it is very, very important. If we play it together with the instrument so that you get the feel. And this works for every pattern, every style of music you make. You get, I'm just using this pattern, but moving on, I'm going to show you for the dancehall or Afrobeat vibe as well. So the next video I'm going to show you is called the double bass. Just like the name implies, you're just basically playing the roots note, but this time around you're playing it 2 times. Boom, 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 boom. Now, if you notice, every time I end the chord progression and I'm starting it again, I'm always trying to put in a passing note that's going to go next to the chord progression. And most times I'm just basically using 1 octave higher. So you can see from here. That's just basically what I'm doing around this side, just like the name implied, double bass. So you can use this as well to create your beat. And if you notice, every time I'm moving on to the next one, I'm just adding this. This is just creativity. So you don't just want to watch this video and you just, copy exactly as it is, but start with the foundation, which is the double, double, double. Then in between, you can just go crazy with it and be creative with it. You want to just learn the basics. And the basics for this first one that I show you is just basically playing the roots note. That's the basic for the intro. The basic for the passing chord is playing the roots note, but the short passing groove is playing the root chord, but this time around making it shorter. Then you can just be creative inside if you want to be creative. The next one is basically playing the chord progression, making it short, but this time around adding in a 5th and an octave. And for this one, I'm giving that up tempo kind of movement, and you can also be creative and give it the kind of movement that you want. But just know most of the time you're using the 1 and the 5th of the chord. So for this double bass as well, the foundation, remember, we're always going to be following the chord progression, which is still playing the bass, the root note of the bass, but now I'm making it double, 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 giving it space. You can use this for verses as well. You can use this for verses. I'm giving it double, double, and if I want to, I can put things in the inside before it goes on to the next note or the next chord. So yeah, moving on. The next one I'm going to show you guys, I call it the follow along bass, and this is just basically picking one melody from the instrumental and letting the bass follow that melody, so you don't have to think. Let's say for instance, now I'm using this chord progression. So what am I doing? I'm listening. This is like a cheat. That's why I call it a follow along bass. This type of bass, you don't necessarily need to think too much. All you just have to do is figure out what instrumental in the instrument do I want to follow up. If you watch the previous video, J-Law's Matter, I did that as well. There, I was just basically following one melody, which was the guitar. I was just following what the guitar was playing. You get, so follow along. That's what I call this bass. And if you hear what it sounds like with the instrument, so you can see I'm just basically following along, follow along together with the instrument. So you can see this is just basically following up one instrument that I pick, and for me it was kind of the chord and the guitar in a beat. So I was just being creative. And if you notice, we're still using the first technique, making it long and just adding something before the chord starts again. You get? So yeah, this is like follow along bass. And yeah, the next time I'm going to be showing you guys the 4/4 bass. You get? I hope you understand the follow along bass. Please, if you have any issues, let me know in the comment section. And just like it says, the 4/4 bass is just basically boom, 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 boom. Like it's like you're following the kick. The boom. Talking about kick, also you might be asking yourself, how do you know when to play the bass? Sometimes you can also play the bass, especially when you are playing afro swing. You get? When you are playing a bass on afro swing and you already know the root notes of the bass, so you'll be asking, how do I know the groove? When do I know when to put the bass? One technique you can do is either you follow the chord or you follow the kick. So anytime the kick is hitting, you put in a bass there. Anytime the kick is hitting, you put in a bass there. When you are doing an afro swing, let's see if we can make an example here. So you can see I'm following the kick. So now you can also use that as a cheat code by following whenever the kick is hitting, whatever kick pattern you've played, when you already have the root note of bass you want to play, you can follow the kick as well as the chord progression for follow along. For this follow along bass, I just had to go back and just try to refresh that as well so that you can use that. I hope that tip is okay as well. So this one is 4/4 bass, just like the name implies, 4/4. You're following the kick and we're following it. So this one we're just doing. I'm just basically being creative every time the chord progression is about to end. So that's just basically what I'm doing here. So let's try to play that together with the drums. So this works basically most time for dancehall beats and other afro dancehall beat as well. So just like the name implies, very easy, very simple, 4/4 bass. Before I end this tutorial, let me show you one thing you can do also using the previous video that I showed you guys. So yeah, I just basically want to quickly explain one technique that I did when I was playing this bass. So for the Matter track, so let's go to Omnisphere to this. Yeah. So I think I did it around this side. So if you notice before, let's play that. You see, I'm using the same technique I showed you guys. Did you see? I'm just basically playing the root notes before it goes in. I just added in another sound right there. And yeah, if you can see, I'm just basically showing you guys the same thing that I just taught you guys. So now, if you notice these parts, I just basically played the notes, then I kind of made it a little shorter. The essence of why I'm doing that, because if you want a bass to sound live in most cases, when they are playing the bass, there's this thing basses always, when they play one, they like, even guitarists, they do it as well. Like, it's like just like, what I call it, like, I beg for your basis, you know the technique. Tell us the name below. But yeah, that's the idea. I'm just basically trying to imitate that so that it gives this live feel. Instead of just holding on to that one note and letting it stay there, I just basically, before it goes on to the next note or the next chord, I just basically put in these two. I made it short so it gives that kind of effect. So nothing serious. I just wanted to explain this to you guys. So you can also use this technique when you're trying to create bass as well. So yeah, and make sure you're using more spacey bass for your beats when you're making beat. Do you get? So quick takeaways, you want to use long basses for like for your intros or like the pre-chorus. Then you want to shorten the bass to give room when it comes to the verses. And if you want to add groove, you want to be adding like the fifth, which is the third chord. If you don't know how to play keyboard, that you've constructed the third one, so you want to be using that an octave up, octave down of the root note to create groove. So I hope this video was helpful. And if you have any complaints, or if you don't understand anything, or if you want me to make a part 2 using different drum loops and different groups, let me know in the comment section. Maybe I'll just do another video also to help you guys more on doing the bass. And if this video was helpful, let me know in the comment section as well. Yeah, that's it, just a basic video, because many people keep requesting after the previous video for a bass video, so I had to do this, and I hope this was helpful. And yeah, till I catch you guys in the next video, remember to always stay productive. Peace.